Hello, everyone, and welcome in to 2023 WIAA boys basketball action here tonight on Zaleski Sports. Tonight we have got the number 2 Columbus Dons and the Neillsville Warriors matching up here tonight. It's a Clover Belt East Conference matchup tonight. 45 seconds till they start the pregame announcements here from Neillsville High School. Both teams 1-0 in conference play this season. Neillsville comes in at 1-4 overall, 1-0 in conference play. They're coming off a win at Greenwood. They won that 60-11. That was their first win of the season. The Columbus Dons come in at 4-0, 1-0 in conference play. They beat Spencer in a home matchup last week, Thursday. They beat Spencer 68-38 in that one. Again, as always, all Columbus games live for you on Zaleski Sports all year long. We've seen these Dons all season. Again, my name is Caleb Jacoby alongside Ben Brecht. And Ben, I'll let you step in here before they get into the national anthem. Talk about this matchup a little bit.
Yeah, we got a good matchup here tonight. Is you got Neillsville. They're coming into this game with a 1-4 record, but don't let that record deceive you. These guys had a couple of close losses early on in this season, and as Cole just mentioned, they just came off of a win to open up conference play. They had a couple of really tight losses. One was like by 2 points, one was like 1 or 2 earlier this season, and so Neillsville presents a formidable team once again this year. Maybe not nearly as strong as last year's team, but nonetheless, they should be finishing near the top of this conference here in the Eastern Clover Belt.
Yeah, and you mentioned a couple of those close games. I was at one of those games, that Stratford game.
Yeah.
That was a 43-41 win for Stratford. And on the last shot of the game at the buzzer, I mean, this is how close Neillsville came to at least going into overtime or winning that game. Andrew Hazer, got to watch out for Neillsville, probably will lead them in scoring, but he took a 3 late in that game, and looks like we're going to have our national anthem here. And we're going to take a quick break and be back with the start of this game right after this on Zaleski Sports.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Welcome back, everybody. Number 2 Columbus against the Neillsville Warriors here tonight in this Clover Belt East Conference matchup here tonight. We should be in for a good one again. Before we took a break there, I was talking about Neillsville. They had that close loss to Stratford early in the year. Maybe as a Neillsville fan, you watched that game. But last shot of the game, Andrew Hazer put up a shot. He thought he got fouled on the 3. Would have won the game if he would have made it. But he thought he got fouled. It was blocked. No call. And again, I couldn't tell on the replay whether it was a foul or not. And then another Neillsville player got the offensive rebound, put up a layup to tie the game at the buzzer, but just missed it. So that's how close Neillsville came to going into overtime against a pretty solid Stratford team this year. That's going to be tough for, I think, a lot of teams to beat a good group there, coached by Coach Schmidt over there with the Stratford Tigers. So Stratford always a tough team under Coach Schmidt. And so I think this Neillsville team, the point I'm trying to make is that the records aren't quite as telling as you might think. As Neillsville comes in at 1-4. Cameron Kennedy in the starting lineup, Braylon Boyer, Andrew Hazer, Bryce Erickson, and Ashton Schultz all starting tonight for the Neillsville Warriors. But again, with that 1-4 record, I think Columbus, you still come into this game, you think as an objective observer, Columbus still probably the team you'd expect to win this basketball game. The team we expect to be at the top to win this conference this year. and to potentially be in Madison this season. That's, again, if you've been listening to or watching our Columbus broadcast this year, that is, like, for sure an expectation a lot of us have for this Columbus team this year. But so I think Columbus still maybe favored to win, but I think we should be in for a good matchup tonight. I don't think we're going to be in for a huge blowout right off the bat. This Neillsville team's got some players that can score, and they're going to win the tip here. Starting for the Dons is Matt Konechny, Lucas Krecklau, Charlie Moore, Blake Jacoby, and Cy Becker here tonight. And Cy Becker, been a guy for this Dons team this year that has really, really stepped up, especially in Emmett Konechny's absence early on in this season. He has been really a godsend for this Dons team with the way he can attack the basket and play defense. And that possession is going to stay with Neillsville off the missed shot from Andrew Hazer to start things off here tonight. The zeros on the board as inbounding will be Bryce Erickson here for the Warriors. Hazer takes the pass, swings it over to Braylon Boyer. Now the pass back over to Cameron Kennedy. The Dons in their typical 2-3 zone. We've seen from them almost for this entire season. They switched to man a little bit against Auburndale for a bit, but mostly 2-3 zone, and there's a nice little high post jump shot from Ashton Schultz. Back the other way come the Dons. Blake Jacoby brings it up. And Jacoby's the guy on this Dons team you least want to leave open from three-point range. And I have a quick note on Charlie Moore if we get a second, as he's going to try a three, and he's going to knock it down. And now's a good time to talk about it. Charlie Moore really struggled from three last game, and I talked about he had a wrap on his hand the last couple games. Apparently he cut his hand open in a shop class, in one of his high school shop classes, so he had that wrap on his hand. Talked with Coach Konechny before the game here tonight, and he said no wrap on the hand anymore. He should be good to go. And right on cue, Charlie Moore knocks down a three right off the bat for the Columbus Dons as Hazer misses the jumper. And now we got a foul. This is going to go against the Warriors. They are going to get Braylon Boyer. That's going to be his first personal, team first, as well as the Dons lead it 3-2 after that Charlie Moore three. And the good thing for Charlie Moore is maybe a team like Neillsville or other teams watched those last two Dons games and said, hey, Charlie Moore, he might not be as good of a three-point shooter this year as he was last year. So maybe a little bit more lax coverage on Moore. Probably not. Teams probably saw the wrap on his hand and expected such. But maybe
Probably not.
Maybe Moore gets a little bit more space than he's used to. Hit one already. Jacoby misses the three. That goes out of bounds, and we're going to say it stays with Columbus. Yeah, I think, Ben, you're probably right. Probably not.
Probably
not. The way Moore is, the way Moore can shoot those catch and shoot threes, but I'm sure Charlie would like it, as Krecklau just not ready for the Cy Becker inbounds there, and it's going to be a Columbus turnover.
There's a rare little miscommunication on that one.
Hey, right, rare is right. When you were talking about a turnover for the Dons, it is pretty rare. I mean, maybe if the Dons hit 10 turnovers in a game, that's quite a few for them. And there's the pass inside. Good finish there from Hazer on the nice pass from Cameron Kennedy with the assist. Hazer's on the board for 2 points now. And this Neillsville team, they can score. Saw them against Stratford earlier this year. Again, a good Stratford team. They went on the road in that game. And their first game of the year, they also lost by 2 points, I believe, as well. So a couple of close losses this year, as another kind of a miscue there. Konechny, that ball just hit him right in the face on the pass from Jacoby, but able to recover it. Krecklau inside, didn't take a look at the basket. Becker for three, and that is good. Cy Becker, he's got a quick 3 points, and man, as Becker had a great start to this season. He's averaging about 13 points per game. 6-4 Columbus. Kennedy, top of the key, defended by Jacoby, as the Dons may have switched to a man-to-man defense here. It looks like they have, as Becker defends Bryce Erickson. So Coach Konechny quickly switches to a man-to-man after Neillsville scores a couple of points, a couple of baskets, and that's going to be a jump ball and a turnover for the Warriors. They were trying to get it inside to Andrew Hazer. Andrew Hazer, he's got some size and a little bit of size, decent frame there, and he can really shoot the three pretty well. So for this Neillsville Warrior team, and that's going to be deflected, and another Columbus turnover, as Jacoby, kind of an ill-advised pass there. That one deflected off the backboard by Krecklau, and now Krecklau with the block, but Hazer with the offensive rebound, and he's got 4 points. What a sequence, though, from Lucas Kreklau. Deflected the ball against the backboard, nearly forced the steal, and then with a rejection. But then Hazer with the offensive board, he gets 2 points. Pretty exciting start here so far between these two teams. And I have a feeling that's kind of what we're in for. I think this should be a good game tonight, as they are going to get Cameron Kennedy for the foul there. His first personal, team second. Becker to inbound. Swings it over to Moore off the leg of a Warrior and out of bounds. That one went off of Bryce Erickson.
Yeah, earlier you kind of mentioned Cy Becker. I was looking at his stats from last year. He averaged 6 points a game last year, so not bad. But this year is kind of in his coming out party.
Yeah, and there is going to be an and one for Matt Konieczny, the sophomore, on the assist from Blake Jacoby. And Konieczny's going to go to the line for one more. Didn't see what they got that foul on, but no, you're right. You said 6 points last year. That's over doubling his average from a season ago here this year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it really has been, having had the pleasure of seeing all the Dons games this year. Becker has been that guy, and I even speaking with coaches around the area as well. That's a guy that feels like an X factor for this Dons team, and I think he's going to feel less like an X factor as this year goes along, and just feel more like this is going to be one of the consistent performers on this Dons team all season long. And less of a guy that, if he plays well, it's going to be a tough team to beat. I think from what I've seen from Cy Becker this year, he's playing pretty well every single night. As Jacoby tries the right wing three, that's a tough shot, but no good. Jacoby can hit those. He's been the most consistent three-point shooter for the Dons this year out of a lot of them on this team. And there's the three. Miscommunication from the Dons defensively as Max Kretlau knocks down the corner three. We're tied up at 9. And again, that is driving to the basket here, and there's a good example. Cy Becker right to the basket. He's got a quick 5 points, and that's really what Becker does better than anybody on the Dons. That is his role on this team. We talked to him earlier this year, and he was our highlight house player of the game, and there's a quick three. Hard time to catch your breath in this game. Both teams playing so fast, but Cy Becker wants to attack the rim, and that is what he is so excellent at. He can hit the threes, no doubt. He's got a good shooting stroke and can knock down threes if you leave him open, but what he wants to do is attack the basket. And Charlie Moore, that's what he wants to do, is light it up from downtown. 2 tough threes, especially that one from Charlie Moore. He knocks him down. And I think Moore is pretty happy about having that wrap off his right hand as Kreklau gets a steal. The Warriors with their second turnover. Moore wanted another three there if he could get a little bit more space. Konieczny in the corner. Back to Moore. And you can just tell Moore right now, I think he really wants to get an open look from three. He wants another chance at it. As Konieczny tries the three, it's short. Deflected out of bounds. That's going to stay with Columbus. But Moore, compared to what we're used to seeing this year, has struggled a bit from three. And again, I think a lot of that has to do with the last 2 games. He cut his hand apparently in a shop class, and he had it wrapped up, but the wrap is off tonight, and the cap is off the rim as well. Cap is off the basket. Moore's knocking down threes. Okay, Moore's the guy coming into this season, probably looked at as the best just spot-up three-point shooter on this Dons team, but throughout this year, Blake Jacoby has given him a run for his money in that regard. Jacoby leads the Dons in scoring this year, I think around 17 points per game. And that's a good problem to have when you have to compete for who's your best three-point shooter. Is Charlie Moore, that one off front rim and no good. Gets it back, swings it over to Jacoby.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, Blake Jacoby is just a pure scorer, pure gritty type of guy.
And he has shown that quite a bit this year as Charlie Moore misses that three, and I think Jacoby lost the ball there. Turnover for the Dons, but the Warriors come back the other way, and there's a turnover stolen away by Konieczny. Jacoby to the basket, count it, and one for Blake Jacoby, as he gets on the board for the first time tonight.
Hey, He's the smallest guy out there, but he plays with the biggest heart.
He is tough. He is a tough.
Oh yeah.
He's a gritty player. That is for sure. And he doesn't play like he's, I don't know, maybe is he 5'7", 5'8" out there? Am I being generous? A lot of times they don't have the heights. Yeah, they don't have the heights on our score sheet, so I'm just kind of guessing as Blake Jacoby converts the and one. Also a reminder tonight that every Columbus Don two-shot free throw is brought to you by Jamie Wenzel over at Serve Pro. And there's going to be a corner three short offensive rebound here by Max Kretlau. Missed the three, and that's going to be deflected out of bounds. But again, every two-shot free throw brought to you by Jamie Wenzel over at Serve Pro. Man, maybe it's not tonight. Top of the key three going to be too strong from Kretlau. Back to Kretlau as Neillsville continues to grab the offensive boards, and Kretlau traveled. A turnover for Neillsville, their fourth. And Charlie Moore will inbound here. And looks like Cy Becker is going to come out of the game. Cy Becker looks a little shaken up. Hopefully he's all right. Looks like.
I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Yeah, I mean.
He just hit the floor hard.
I think he may have been hitting the midsection area there, is what it kind of looks like to me. And the coach was kind of over there laughing with him on the sideline. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he's able to just shake that off and get back out there into the ball game. 17-9 Columbus here. Again, I think as that's going to be, they're going to get a hand check here on Neillsville. They're going to call that on Micah Zashki. Be his first personal, team fifth. The Dons have yet to commit a foul tonight. Jacoby swings it over to Moore. Thought about the deep three. He's already taken four, made two. He wants this one from the left wing. That's going to be short. And now Kretlau will be called the over the back. And Kretlau, as fiery and aggressive and gritty of a player as you'll find, but I've said it probably on every single Dons broadcast this year, but the only thing that can get him in trouble with that is fouls. He will get into foul trouble sometimes, but I think Coach Konechny will take the foul trouble risk for what Kretlau gives you defensively and on the glass, and scoring on the interior as well. As missing on the three that time was Andrew Hazer.
Let me tell you, Kretlau gives you instant energy. I know watching the Dons last year, Kretlau came off the bench more of their games last year, but you could instantly tell when he came into the game if they got in like a little shooting slump or something. You bring him in and he is like instant energy. It rejuvenates everybody. He's just got that.
Absolutely. 17-9 Columbus with the lead here. Moore thought about another three. Again, Kretlau was our Highlight House player of the game in that win against Spencer last week. And there's going to be another foul going to go against Neillsville here. This game being called pretty tight so far. They're going to get Bryce Erickson that time. First personal, team seventh. And these are going to be bonus free throws. Looks like for Alex Edwards, the soccer star for the Columbus Dons. Fun fact, if anybody, Columbus Dons fans, I'm sure know about that. But we're going to take a quick break. 10 minutes left here in the first half. We'll take a break. The Dons lead Neillsville 17-9. Back with more Clover Belt East basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Columbus free throws, but I guess we don't tonight. So
We do not.
that caught me off guard. Yeah. I thought it was every Columbus game.
Hi, I'm Malachi from Northside Computers and Cellular. We are currently offering a great savings of 2 phone lines for $50, and it includes unlimited talk, text, and data. Stop down at Northside Computers and Cellular, 907 South Central Avenue, Marshfield, to see how you can save on your internet, cable, and phone bills. We have the best providers under one roof.
2 phone lines, $50. Get mobile, internet, and television all under one roof. Northside Computer and Cellular of Marshfield.
Welcome back, everybody. The Dons lead the Neillsville Warriors 17-9 here in this Clover Belt East matchup. Alex Edwards heads to the free throw line here. Be his first trip to the line tonight and knocks down the first of his bonus free throws. And again, Edwards, an absolute soccer star for the Columbus Dons. That is, I think, his best sport. Pretty good basketball player, though, too. But as a soccer player, really kind of he's been really good. I think he's a starter as a freshman on that Dons team, if I remember correctly. Junior this year. 19-9, Dons lead it. Here's a pass inside, and that's going to be a foul. They're going to get Cole Hilgeman on the foul that time, and Sam Hayes will head to the free throw line. Now, that's one of those, if you're Cole Hilgeman, if you're going to foul, you foul hard. And I think he forced the missed shot by fouling. So many times you see soft fouls that just lead into and-one opportunities. If you're Hilgeman there, hey, at least you fouled him hard, and now he misses a free throw. Sam Hayes to the line, 0 for 1 after that one.
Now, I haven't seen any Columbus games this year, but are they going a little bit deeper into the bench?
Depends. How many deep did they go last year, Ben? You know better than me.
I don't think it was this deep.
Okay.
Let me think. Let's see. They got 4 out there, right? Four off the bench.
Three off the bench.
Three off the bench. Yep. Okay, maybe it was about the same.
Yeah, these are about the guys you'll see. So Sam Dooms will get in there as Alex Edwards knocks down the corner 3. He's got 5 quick points for the Columbus Dons. Yeah, so you'll see these are the 3 main guys off the bench. Nate Nemitz, really the 6th man for this Dons team. And then you'll have Cole Hilgeman as kind of a big guy in there as well. Alex Edwards, perimeter player. And then the guy you'll probably see next off the bench will be Sam Dooms. Really probably a really nice defensive stopper for them. Not going to shoot much offensively, but so I'd say they probably go 9 deep to start games, but they've also won most of their games by an average of around 30 points, with the exception of the Auburndale game, as Blake Jacoby knocks down the 3, and quick 6 points for Jacoby and a quick Neillsville timeout. The Dons are jumping out to an early lead. It's 25-10. We'll take a break. Back after this on Zaleski Sports.
Need a new mattress? All Furniture in downtown Marshfield has mattresses, and you can save like never before. We have stacks of mattresses, save big on factory liquidations and closeouts, one-of-a-kind items, and mismatched fabrics. Save on special purchases and rollback pricing on 2-sided flippable mattresses. Discounts on adjustable bases and even clearance pricing on floor models.
The Furniture People for good home furnishings. Mall furniture where value is yours.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as we're going to have a quick foul here. There's going to be another foul on Cole Hilgeman. And that will send Ashton Schultz to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Again, that's going to be Cole Hilgeman's second personal foul. Team third, as Ashton Schultz misses the free throw. And yeah, going through this kind of lineup for the Dons, I mistakenly called Alex Edwards a junior before. He is a senior. As Schultz knocks down the free throw. This is just a senior-loaded Columbus team. And this is just one of those years where, again, Columbus is always going to have a really good basketball team under Coach Konishny, but they're always going to be a good, respectable team. But, you know, you have years where your best players all happen to be seniors and have played together for such a long time, and you just feel like this is your year to make a deep run, and that's what this year really feels like and is for the Dons. Moore, an open 3, right wing, knocks it down. Charlie Moore is feeling it from 3 tonight. He's 3 for 6 from beyond the arc with 9 points. I think Moore is just so elated to get that wrap off his shooting hand, and you can see the effect tonight. This is what we have come to expect from Charlie Moore from 3. As missing a 3 that time is Braylon Boyer. The Dons, they're up by 17 here. And Kreklow's going to take a tough shot inside. Missed it. Battle for the offensive rebound, and he's got it. Jump ball called. I think possession will go to Neillsville. It will. But there's just another example of the grit from Lucas Kreklow. And again, for this Dons team tonight, they're up by 17, and it really doesn't even feel like Neillsville's playing that poorly. Like I don't think Neillsville is playing a horrible game. This is just going. If you've been watching a lot of the Dons broadcasts, you might be annoyed at me saying it, but I just think when you look at this Dons team, they're going to be such a tough team for anybody to beat this year. They shoot the ball so well, and they play pretty well defensively as well, as that 3 is going to be missed by Kennedy. And now a travel going to be called against Alex Edwards. He got the rebound and fell to the floor. Travel. The one thing that Coach Konechny and even Lucas Kreklow last week, the one thing we've heard from him that he thinks they can improve on a little bit is when their shots aren't falling, to still play with the same kind of fire and energy when their shots aren't falling as they do when the shots are falling, as Cameron Kennedy knocks down a 3 that time. Kind of a lapse there defensively from the Dons, leaving him open right off the inbounds. But that's really been the only thing you can look to here this year for the Dons. And fortunately for them, we haven't had a chance to see them miss shots very often this year. The only game that they did was against Port Edwards in their Cranberry Classic Championship game win to start the year, and that's going to be a Columbus turnover from Nate Nemitz, as Sam Dooms is into the ball game now for the Dons as well. 4th turnover for the Dons tonight. But again, so fortunately for the Dons, we haven't had to see what they would look like if they for whatever reason missing open 3s, because that's only really happened in one game. And in that game, they couldn't hit a 3 to save their lives in the first half, and they were still in the lead 24-10 at halftime. And I think they wound up winning that game by 30 because they started hitting their shots in the second half. You know, I don't foresee, you're not going to nail every shot you take every game, as that 3 is going to be missed by Andrew Hazer, but not going to make every shot. But the Dons, they move the ball well offensively. They're going to get open looks, and I just don't see very many games this year where the Dons miss a ton of open 3s. They've got the best shooting team in the area. I mean, one of the best shooting teams probably in all of Division 5, as Charlie Moore might be the best of the bunch. He's 4 for 7 from downtown tonight, and this has got to feel good for Charlie Moore. He's got 12 points.
This game getting out of hand early here.
Yeah, and that is a theme for the Dons this year, and a deep 3 hit there by Neillsville. But, you know, with this Neillsville team, they've got enough good shooters where they're not out of it yet, down by 14 points. They've got enough scoring on this team.
They just got to get Hazer going there a little bit. I was looking for Boyer to step up here.
Here's a deep one from Charlie Moore. Charlie Moore is absolutely on fire tonight.
You can't do anything with that. That was just too good.
5 for 8 from 3 tonight, and there's a charge drawn by Lucas Kreklow. We talked with Lucas after their last game, and I talked to him, and I said, I think you draw a charge every single game. And he does. He has drawn a charge every single game this year, and he draws another one there. And Kreklow just walks down the court with the grittiest, mean look on his face after that. He's feeling good after drawing. He takes pride in drawing those charges. He really does. But again, we just saw Charlie Moore is on fire from 3. He's 5 for 8. And he's hit a couple of really tough, deep ones tonight as well. Again, Ben, you and I were talking before this game, talking about I've been able to do these Dons games this year, and talking about, man, it can't have been that fun doing so many blowouts. You know, the Dons blow out a lot of games. But the thing about the Dons is I think they're so fun to watch. They shoot the ball so well. You know, normally games that are blowouts, yeah, they can be a little bit lackadaisical, not as fun to broadcast, but with the Dons, they're just such a fun team to watch play basketball. Even when they're up by 20 or 30, it's still fun basketball to watch.
Very true. They're just so fundamentally sound that you just
They really are, as Neillsville just picked up their 6th turnover here tonight. Really not, compared to how other teams have turned the ball over against the Dons this year, not the worst in the world. 6 first-half turnovers. And the Dons have kind of regularly forced 20 or so this season. Auburndale really the only team that played clean basketball against the Dons. As Konieczny drives to the basket, misses it strong. And now we're going to have a foul. I think that they're going to get, they might get Krecklau here. He was, or excuse me, nope. We got a foul on the shot. And it's going to be on the on the Warriors. Bonus free throws for Krecklau. I think they called that. I think they called that on Max Krecklau. Be his first personal. And Lucas Krecklau goes to the line for bonus free throws and knocks down the first. It's going to be tough to not get those guys mixed up. We've got a Max Krecklau and a Lucas Krecklau. K and a T.
It's a good thing they only play twice a year.
Yes. Yes, the most that you can play a team in a year, yes. It's great. It's great that I'll have to do that again this year.
Right. There you go.
35-17 as Lucas Krecklau goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. High post here, pass inside, deflected away by Becker. Kick outside, right wing. High post jump shot is up and too strong from Braylon Boyer. Now we got a whistle and a foul. This is going to be on Neillsville again. Cy Becker drew the foul, and they will get Sam Hayes this time. Be his first personal, and Cy Becker heads to the free throw line for 2 free throws. These double bonus free throws for Cy Becker.
Yeah, look at the couple things hurting Neillsville here in this first half. You got first those foul problems, and then you also they've had some good offensive possessions. They're just not making shots.
Yep.
And Columbus is doing a nice job on the defensive end rebounding. Neillsville only gets 1 look every single time, and so it's hard to come back when you can't make shots. You only get 1 look at it.
Absolutely. And Cy Becker just went 1 for 2 from the free throw line there. Again, with this Don's team, as Boyer had it open, he was open in the high post there, gets it back, and tries to go back door here. Tough shot, no good, but a foul is going to be called on Cy Becker. And Sam Hayes will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. That'll go against Cy Becker. Will be his first personal. Team 4th. And Hayes heads to the free throw line for 2.
There we go. I kind of like the thought that Neillsville has here at going at Sam Hayes inside. The one thing, Columbus doesn't have a ton of size. If you can get it into Hayes, just keep feeding him. I don't know how tall he is. How tall do you think that guy is?
He's taller than anybody on Columbus except maybe Cole Hilgeman. Cole Hilgeman, I think, is a good 6'3", 6'4"-ish, and I think Hayes is probably in that range. That'd be my guess, 6'4", but I think you're right. And to say Columbus doesn't have that much size, I think, is an understatement. They're a very short team compared to a lot of teams they'll play, and so I think you're right. I think that's got to be the game plan. As Boyer wide open inside Columbus, I think they're really not showing Boyer any defense inside. They're just giving him wide open looks in there. And
Boyer's got to knock those down. He's your second leading scorer.
I would have to agree. Those are good looks. Those are good looks. If you're Coach Geyer, that's a wide open little short hop shot in the paint. That's one you like to get. That's a shot you think that's a good possession. And actually, it's not Braylon Boyer. I thought that was 10. That is 30. It is Jace Peekle. Excuse me. Number that has been shooting those 2 inside shots. So Jace Peekle is the one in there, not Boyer.
Not Boyer.
My mistake. That 1 and 3 look pretty similar from a distance. My eyes aren't the best either, but Cy Becker to the free throw line here. Missed the first. and misses the second. Back the other way come the Warriors here. But again, I think you're right, but I think the way to attack is Hayes is now on the bench, but try to get it inside and use some of the size you do have if you're Neillsville. Neillsville isn't a huge team, but they're bigger than Columbus. And there's a corner three from Max Kretlau. He's got 6 points, 2 for 4 from 3, and now this is just a 14-point game. And we talked about it, Neillsville, they've got offensive weapons. They've got some guys that can shoot it, and we've already mentioned they've got some size. They're a team that if Columbus does kind of take their foot off the gas, that they can come back. They have enough skill, and they play well enough to do that. So Columbus going to have to keep the foot on the gas pedal, or this game might look a little bit closer here soon. Moore open for 3 and misses it. That one looked good, but just misses. Moore's 5 for 9 from 3 tonight. Back to Kennedy, top of the key. Kennedy open for 3 with the left, and it's good.
Just like that, back-to-back threes.
Cameron Kennedy has got 6 points. He's 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Again, we talked about it, this Neillsville team. They can hit shots. This game not over yet. That's why I said to start the game, I don't think this is similar. This is the same as, no offense to these schools, but to playing a Spencer or Assumption or Port Edwards, games that you really ran away with if you're Columbus. I think this is a little different. I think Neillsville's got a little bit more offensive firepower than some of those teams, so they can come back. If you let your foot off the gas, as Cy Becker battling at the basket, and he is fouled. And they're going to call that a push on Cameron Kennedy. Will be his second personal. Team, I believe, 12th. Double bonus free throws. They did call that on the floor, but double bonus for Cy Becker anyways. And he's struggled at the free throw line tonight. That 1 for 4.
Yeah, there's one thing that's not going Columbus's way is free throw shooting so far tonight.
And that's, that has been an issue at times this year. Their first 3 games of the year, first couple of games, especially in that Cranberry Classic tournament, they really, really struggled from the free throw line. They were probably around 30-40%. But since then, they've righted the ship a little bit on that. Sometimes to start the year, teams do struggle from the line. They got to shake some of that rust off. But now that you mentioned that, it has been a little bit of a problem at times this year for the Dons. But Becker knocks them both down there. He has got 8 points tonight. And I was going to talk about how Becker's having a quiet night and the Dons are kind of scoring in spite of that. But 8 points is a pretty solid first half. You're in line for 16. And now we're going to get, I think that 3 is going to count, I believe. Yep, the 3 is going to count, and then a foul against Columbus down low. So that's a corner 3, another one for Max Kretlau. He's feeling it from downtown tonight, 3 for 5, and then a foul on Nate Nemitz. And here's the score from Ashton Schultz. He's got 3 points, and this is a single-digit deficit now for these Neillsville Warriors.
We got a 10-1 run.
This Neillsville team has stuck with it and just kept playing. They survived that stretch of really Charlie Moore threes where he was just nailing tough shot after tough shot. Here's a steal the other way on a breakaway layup. It is no good, but the offensive rebound is good from Ashton Schultz. And now these Neillsville Warriors feel like they have all the momentum here. They are feeling good out there on the court right now. 10 seconds left in the first half. Jacoby right wing. Kicks to the corner for Nemitz. The step-through move, 4 seconds. Becker inside, counted and 1. Cy Becker tries to silence this Neillsville crowd, and Becker is fired up right now. And that is a heck of a finish from Cy Becker there with the and 1. Again, Becker is a guy that we're going to be talking about a lot this year. He gives the Dons an element that I don't think they would otherwise have. A guy that is just such an excellent finisher at the basket. And he's so quick, he can take it, he can in 1 or 2 dribbles can get to the basket and finish at the rim. Struggled from the free throw line tonight though. He's got 10 first half points, and that is going to do it for the first half. It has been a wild one here in the first half, a fun one. It's Columbus leading Neillsville 40-32. We'll take a quick break, be back to to break down this first half after this on Zaleski Sports.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. There are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back, everybody. It is 40-32. Columbus leads Neillsville. In just a second, we're going to break down that first half for you. But first, Spectrum Benefit Solutions, with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with businesses of any size to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. And an SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. And Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction has been partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Staub Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. And Ben, as we break down that first half a little bit, Columbus jumped out pretty early to a 20-ish point lead, but then after really Charlie Moore just caught fire from downtown there in that first half, and among other players, but really Charlie Moore led that scoring run. And then all of a sudden, couple of miscues, I think, from Columbus defensively, and then Neillsville started getting hot from downtown. They got an open look here, especially we look at the leading scorer for Neillsville in the first half, Max Kretlow. He's had three threes from that same corner over there. He started hitting some threes and cut it down to 6 points. Now we are at halftime here with an 8-point lead for Columbus. What did you see there in that first half?
Yeah, definitely. You summed that one up. It was largely controlled by Columbus the entire first half. It wasn't until like that 4-minute mark in that first half, then Neillsville went on that little bit of a run. As you mentioned, Kretlow hit a couple of threes. I also put Cameron Kennedy in there as he really got it going. He had a good first half. He knocked down a couple of threes too. So he was a big part of that run. They went on an 11-1 run. Like I said, roughly, I'm thinking about like the 3-minute mark there towards the end of the half. It was just like a blink, and they were just right back in it, getting it down to 6. And so that's what those 3-point shots can give you. They can get you right back into the game. And Neillsville, they went on that 11-1 run, but they had back-to-back-to-back possessions of threes. And so just like that, before you knew it, Columbus was hurting just a little bit. They got scared.
Yeah, and that's what we talked a little bit about that before this game. Coming in saying Columbus, yes, probably the favorite to win this game, favorite to win the conference this year, but this Neillsville team has the firepower to stick with Columbus if they get their shots going, and that's exactly what I think we saw there to end the first half, like you said, going on that 11-1 run. We're going to take another quick break here, be back, and break down a little bit more of that first half, preview the second half for you, hear from some more of our great sponsors. But first, we're going to take a break, be back after this from Neillsville High School on Zaleski Sports.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Neillsville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Central Wisconsin Glass is Central Wisconsin's choice for your next new or remodeled shower and bathroom. The experts at Central Wisconsin Glass will effortlessly guide you through the design and installation process. Have the elegant and modern shower and bathroom you've been looking for. Call Central Wisconsin Glass at 715-387-8010. That's 715-387-8010. And Central Wisconsin Glass on Facebook for your residential, commercial, and vehicle glass needs.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Welcome back, everybody. As got a live look at that's the Neillsville student section over there, enjoying this game, probably enjoying the end of that first half, and it's going to be a really interesting second half to see as we're going to take a second to hear from our friends over at K&S Logistics. K&S is a family-owned and operated logistics company located in Greenwood, Wisconsin. K&S provides domestic and less than truckload shipping solutions to destinations nationwide. From simple to complex, if you need to move it, we can find a flexible solution. K&S is currently looking for awesome people to join our driving team. Full-time, part-time, local, and long-haul positions available. Visit kslogs.com. That's kslogs.com. And Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. And Express Employment Professionals. Find your next career with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals. With locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield, no matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com. And Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm with their Price Match Plus guarantee. If you find a lower toy price, they'll beat it by 5%. You'll get the best price on a huge selection of toys at Fleet Farm. Ben, and I'm going to challenge you in 25 seconds. Give me the keys to the second half for Neillsville.
All righty. Keys for Neillsville. Second half, you got to work. I'm going to say you work inside out because you got Hayes inside, who's your big guy. You know you can try to work the game through him because Columbus struggles against big guys. So work the game inside with Sam Hayes. Once the double team comes in from the outside, because Columbus will double, kick it out, find your threes in Kennedy. You got Kretlau hitting some threes there in the first half. Hazer's got to get it going. He had a rough first half. Just try to work inside out. See what you can get.
And I'm gonna cheat off you for this test for Columbus. I actually think for Columbus it's pretty similar here in this, at least offensively. Well, I guess you talked offensively. Well, I'll go to the defensive side for Columbus. Yeah. I think they really struggled there at the end of that first half to defend those corner threes. There were, I believe it was 4 corner threes there in that run that Neillsville had. It was 1 top of the key 3 from Cameron Kennedy. He had 1 in the corner, and then Kretlau had 3 corner threes. It looked like whether Columbus was in that 2-3 zone, and it was those outside guys on the bottom of that 2-3, or even in the man-to-man, they were struggling to get out to the corner and defend these shooters. So I think for Columbus, that's the key. Offensively, I think you kind of stick with what you've been doing. I think it's never a bad idea to let Cy Becker drive into the basket, initiate your offense, because that's only going to open up these other guys for 3-point shots. But I think the key for Columbus comes down to defensively. You got to get out to these shooters. Neillsville has proven to you, okay, they can hit some shots. Get out to the corners, close out on these shooters a little bit better, and you're probably going to be in for a better second half. And the Dons will take the ball here to start the second half. Charlie Moore against the zone defense here of the Neillsville Warriors. They look to be, wow, that middle defender is coming way out if that's a 2-3. It may not be. It might be we have a little 2-1-2 here, but I think it's just a 2-3 zone from Neillsville here. The middle defender is just playing way up there, almost making it look like a 3-2 at times, but
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, because usually that middle guy, I mean, you see Becker in the high post there. The middle guy is going to be almost man-to-man on him if it is a 2-3, as Jacoby takes a tough shot. Becker with the rebound. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. See who they get on the foul here. They're going to get Hazer. Again, that was up until the rebound. That was a great defensive possession for Neillsville. I think Columbus didn't really see any open looks. Jacoby took a tough shot, and he can hit those, but it was a contested look. That's good defense. But Cy Becker just got the offensive rebound, and he'll go to the line. Knocks down the first.
Let's see if Columbus comes out the second half with that same intensity that they started the game with, that they got out to the big lead.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that started on the defensive end, even though offensively it was Charlie Moore just going berserk from 3, which he is prone to do. But you'll see defensively here, they're back in their 2-3. They've switched it up a little bit tonight. They've gone a little man-to-man, little 2-3, but they're back in their 2-3 to start the second half. And there's a tough shot, no good, and an offensive rebound for Hazer. He's fouled, count it, and 1 for Andrew Hazer. He's got 6 points.
There you go. You like to see that from Hazer coming out of the halftime break here. Just get it right strong, go up to the basket, get it good. Get those points.
Yeah, and I think Hazer really bailed the Warriors out there with that offensive rebound. A little bit similar to the Dons' first possession. I think a bad shot from Boyer there. He's 0 for 3 from 3 tonight before that shot, and that was really a tough contested look, but Hazer gets the offensive rebound, puts it up. I mean, if you're going to take a deep 3 like that, Columbus is fine with that all game long. And I'm not saying Boyer can't hit threes, because he can, but that was really a tough look, especially when you've been struggling so far tonight. Becker going to drive baseline here, step through move, kick out to Konieczny, into the corner for Moore. Back to the top to Konieczny. Steps in, gets it into Becker in the high post. Becker back outside to Konieczny, open look for 3, and it's good. Matt Konieczny for 3. He's got 6 points. And that was, I think, a great job by Cy Becker. Got it in the high post, looked at the rim. He was defended. Then looked to the corner for Charlie Moore. He was defended. And then he finally found Matt Konieczny at the top of the key for a 3. I think that's just a good job by a player, almost like a quarterback, going through his reads there in the middle of that defense. When some players, they'll try to kick it to the guy they're thinking of right away. And sometimes can turn the basketball over, but that time Becker was patient. Kennedy misses the 3 that time. Jacoby brings it up. The Dons lead it by 11 here. Kick outside here to Kreklau. Jacoby top of the key. And Becker kicks it to the corner for Konieczny. I really don't. This must be. This might just be a 2-1-2. I really can't tell you what kind of defense this is. Becker goes baseline, and he made that shot harder than it had to be. Kreklau battling for the rebound, and The Warriors have it, and timeout Neillsville. They're on the play. I think that time Becker, he made that layup a little bit tougher than it had to be there as Krecklau got the rebound and he missed the inside shot. It'll be Neillsville basketball. We'll take another quick break. Back after this on Zaleski Sports.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Welcome back, everybody. 45-34, Columbus leads Neillsville here in this Clover Belt East matchup. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. That's Culligan, H2O.com.
Let me tell you, we got Culligan Water where I work. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's probably one of the best waters that you can get out there.
I have to
agree. For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talent and expertise of big city dentistry.
Culligan Water, they do a good job of keeping your water purified and clean. Tastes very good. And there's a corner three missed by Jace Peekle. Columbus will take possession here. Becker with the rebound. Well, now they're going to talk about it. Nope, it's Neillsville basketball. So a jump ball was called, and possession arrow points to Neillsville. Yep, referee's talking about it. I think they correctly switched that. Coach Geyer was saying, hey, I think that's our ball. And he was correct.
We're going to get this sorted out somehow.
And I think it has been now. The word has been communicated to the scorers table. And there it is. Hazer looking for his first three, and he's got it. Andrew Hazer knocks down his first three of the night. He's got 9 points. And that's someone we talked about at the break. Hasn't gotten it going really yet in this game. He's the leading scorer for Neillsville. It's a good sign if you're the Warriors, where you were coming back even without him being the leading force there offensively. And that's going to be out of bounds. Possession stays with Columbus.
I think he's already got 5 points here in the second half, right? He only had 4 at the break?
Correct.
Here you go. We got 5 points in just over 3 minutes.
5 points on 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Charlie Moore wide open for 3, and that is poor defense, but they get away with it. That is not the guy you want to leave wide open right off the inbounds. The guy who's 5 for 9 for 3. Now 5 for 10. But they get away with it here. Here's a shot from Krecklau, no good on a deep right wing 3. Offensive rebound. Now the floater is up and good. Shot good from Bryce Erickson. He's got 5 points tonight. And it's back to a 6-point ball game. Jacoby with it. Back outside to Charlie Moore. Moore swings it over to Jacoby. Right wing for Becker. The Dons a little bit stagnant offensively here. They're not moving quite as quickly as they normally do. They're holding it outside. Props to the Neillsville defense here, but
whatever that defense is.
Yeah, it might be a 3. I don't know if I've seen a 3-2 before, but
whatever it is, it's working because it's slowing down Columbus.
Yeah, and Becker lost that one out of bounds. I think it was deflected. No, he just lost it. Turnover. Possession goes to Neillsville, and Becker not happy with it, but I think he might just be upset with himself. 6 turnovers for the Dons.
I think you're right. I think it's probably more of a 3-2 defense,
so.
And that's a good adjustment at the half because Columbus was killing you with the threes in that first half.
I don't know, a 3-2 defense, I don't know if I've ever, maybe once or twice, I don't know if I ever remember seeing that. A 3-2 is one of the more unlikely defenses you'll ever see, but it makes sense kind of against a team like Columbus. It's going to be tough to defend those corners, though, so we'll see if the Dons can maybe take advantage of that as Pico misses the shot. But with a Columbus team that really is what they're going to do mostly is torch you from three, it's not a bad idea to go with three guys out on the perimeter, I guess.
Yep.
And it's such an unusual defense. I don't know, what Coach Konechny is going to run against it. I think he's running an offense that I think is normal that they would run against a 2-3 zone right now, which, again, I don't know what other type of offense you would run. Pico inside, no good. Columbus kind of just allowing Pico to shoot those, but 45-39.
You gotta hit those if you're Pico. He's had quite a few opportunities.
Jacoby open right wing, he misses. Again, that's one you're not used to seeing Jacoby miss. He's having maybe his worst three-point shooting game of the season, 1 for 5. He's the leading scorer for the Dons this year and been, again, unbelievable from three all season. That's going to be a Neillsville turnover. Again, from Jacoby, we expect, you're surprised if Jacoby ever misses a three. He's that good of a three-point shooter. So
that's fair.
So to be 1 for 5, it is an off night for Jacoby from three. But again, if you're the Dons, it just shows how loaded this team is. Jacoby's been your best three-point shooter all year. He's not hitting his shots. Well, then Charlie Moore's 5 for 10.
Right.
In the first half. Just what this team kind of has. Now Jacoby, another open look, and there he goes, right on cue. Blake Jacoby from downtown. In his off game, he's got 9 points.
9 points. Just watch out, because he's streaky.
Yes.
This probably unleashes a Jacoby fire.
Yes, I would say
firestorm.
If I'm Neillsville, maybe try not to leave 13 open because he can get that stroke going pretty quickly. 48-39, Columbus with the lead. But again, it's just so tough to defend Columbus because who do you leave open from three-point range?
Right.
Kreklow's the guy you probably think, okay, but he's really never going to be out there. He's always in the paint. Cy Becker can hit open looks if you give them to him. Moore drives inside. Tough mid-range shot, too strong. And that's one there without a pass. Coach Konechny probably saying maybe we could have gotten a better shot on that possession. Corner three here. Kretlow, he's been on fire from that same spot, just switching sides of the court, and he knocks down another one. 12 threes for Lucas Kretlow, and they've all come from that corner. The left side of the hoop corner, that left corner. Charlie Moore, deep three. Oh, my goodness. Off back rim and good. Charlie Moore is absolutely on fire from three tonight. He's 6 for 11 from out there, 18 points. Timeout, Neillsville. We'll take a break. Back with more Clover Belt East basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talent and expertise of big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontist, orthodontist, and pediatric dentist, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for our patients of all ages from 1 to 100. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our community and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
Welcome back, everybody. It is 51-42, Columbus with the lead. The Dahlman Insurance Agency, LLC, family-owned and operated, covering homes, businesses, and farms in Midwest Wisconsin since 1978. Dahlman Insurance is an independent agency, so they can find the best rate for the coverage for your unique situation. They have offices in Greenwood and Thorpe and service customers throughout Midwest Wisconsin. Find them at dahlmaninsurance.com. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service. Again, this is here tonight. This is Neillsville's gym, but Charlie Moore is owning it here tonight. He is owning that three-point line. I think he might be paying rent. Maybe he's been paying rent occasionally throughout the season at that three-point arc, but tonight he bought it. And Hayes inside is going to be going to the free throw line for a couple of throws. And that foul going to go against, well, they called it against Sam Dooms. I thought they did 24, but he's not on the court, so I think it was Cy Becker, 25. Be his second personal. Team second, and Hayes makes the first free throw as Kretlow says, hey, man, I forgot. We got another free throw.
It happens.
It definitely does.
He was just so excited to get the rebound.
As a coach, you'd rather have that than not going for the rebound at all
right.
on the second one. You'd rather have him jump in the gun. Jacoby brings it up. It's a 7-point game off the 2 free throws there, and Cy Becker's fouled on the jumper here. And you never want to see that as a coach, fouling a guy on a jump shot, especially a mid-range jump shot, as they're going to get Ashton Schultz here. First personal, team second. And if you're Coach Geyer there, that's just a tough foul to see. To foul a jump shooter there on a mid-range shot is tough. And now, talking about Cy Becker's ability to attack the basket, I think Cy Becker, if you look at it, might be the best 3-level scorer on the Dons team because he can score on the inside, and he has been really good from the mid-range in a couple of games here this year as he knocks down both free throws there. And if you leave him open, he can knock down threes. So fouling him on a jump shot, you don't want to do it, but Cy Becker, maybe if he wasn't fouled to hit the shot, you don't know. But probably the best mid-range shooter on the team, at least in that high post area. I'm sure if Jacoby gets open, Jacoby can hit shots from anywhere, but a lot of guys to choose from on this Dons team as that's going to go out of bounds. Possession to Columbus on the missed 3 from Wesley Suida, his first shot attempt of the game. 53-44 Columbus. They're just trying to hold on to this lead, and they've been able to keep it right around 8 or 9 points for most of this game to end the first half as Nemitz just kind of dropped that ball out of bounds. Turnover, 7th of the game for the Dons.
I got to give some Neillsville some credit here, fighting their way back at the end of that first half after they looked like they were down and out. And they fought their way back in there.
Absolutely.
And they've kept it close since. So
yes.
Yeah.
This is still a game for sure. One scoring run, and Neillsville could tie it up. If they pull what they did to end the first half, going on an 11-1 run, they'd actually be in the lead, and that's not going to help them as Nemitz will come up with the steal. Back to Jacoby, and he's blocked from behind. Nemitz steals it back, and out of bounds off Neillsville. A wild sequence there, but it's going to be Columbus ball. Jacoby had his shot blocked from behind by Bryce Erickson. Then Nemitz saved it from going out of bounds, and the Dons keep possession. Charlie Moore will bring it up. Again, this really, I don't know what else to call it. I believe it is a 3-2 defense. I think that's absolutely correct. Charlie Moore drives inside. Short corner for Becker. Kind of a low pass, and Nemitz comes up with it. We got a whistle and a timeout. Coach Konechny did not like the look of that. He calls timeout. We're going to take another quick break. Be back with more Clover Belt East boys basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Welcome back, everybody. 53-44, Columbus leads Neillsville here tonight. Again, Neillsville, they come into this game at 1-4, but we said it to start the game. This is not your normal 1-4 team. This team could easily be 3-2 with the two barely just tight losses they've had this year. They've got offensive firepower. We've already seen that tonight, and that's why they've been able to stay close with the Dons. We had a feeling this game could be closer than some other blowouts the Dons have had. Again, the Dons still up by 9 here, but again, Neillsville has done a nice job sticking with the Dons tonight as Nemitz pulls for 3, short on it. Krecklau with the rebound, and this is going to be a Neillsville foul. Oh no, they get Krecklau with the foul. They're going to get Lucas Krecklau, not for an over the back, but for pushing the player in front of him and using kind of some leverage there to go back and get the ball. And that Neillsville student section really liked that foul call. I have a feeling Krecklau might not be the favorite of some of these Clover Belt East teams. He's a guy you might not really want to play against.
Nope. That's for sure.
I think he's one of those guys that's kind of the cliche. You love to have him on your team, but you hate to play against him.
Correct. That's what I was going to say. He's one of those guys you'd love to have on your side.
And that's going to be a travel call against the Warriors. But no doubt, you definitely love to have him on your team. There's no question about that. As the Dons back with possession here, Moore brings it up, skips it over to Jacoby. Konechny is open there in that high post. Moore back outside to Jacoby. The Dons really being forced to run their offense way beyond the three-point line here, way deeper than they want to. Inside here, Konechny's got to turn around there. He had a lot of space if he looked. And he's got space again. Konechny's got to turn around. Konechny's got to turn around here. He has got wide open space here. Now, he might not be used to playing there in the high post, as that's going to be a Columbus turnover. But there, you can go back and watch that. Konechny has got loads of space. With a 3-2 defense, that high post guy really is getting shown no defensive attention. And that's going to be a foul on the floor here after the missed three from Kennedy. And it'll be Warrior basketball, as didn't see who they got on the foul there. They got Cy Becker. No, Cy Becker's coming into the game. But again, we'll see back on this Dons possession. I want to take another look at Matt Konechny in there, because if he realizes he's got so much space and just turns around and looks at the basket, he has got ample room, as that's going to be 2 points. A nice find by Bryce Erickson. He finds his teammate Andrew Hazer for two. Hazer now coming alive in the second half. He's got 7 points here in the second, 11 points total. Konechny kicks to the corner. Cy Becker for three, no good. Battle for the rebound, goes out of bounds. Neillsville ball. And Krecklau is in there battling for that rebound again. I think a good possession that time, though, for the Dons. You got Cy Becker, a wide open corner three. He's a good enough three-point shooter. He can hit those. I don't have his percentage in front of me, but he's got to be shooting a pretty high percentage from downtown. Doesn't take a lot compared to other players on this team, but he hits a decent amount of them when he gets a chance. Matt Konechny with the steal and the finish the other way. And Konechny was kind of grabbing his leg there and then looked at the bench and said, no, don't bring anybody in for me, as that's going to be a missed three from Cameron Kennedy. Back the other way come the Dons. Blake Jacoby finds Krecklau up top, back to Jacoby. Cy Becker high post in the corner. It's Konechny. Had a good look at the three if he wanted it. Yeah, now they've got Cy Becker in the game here at the high post. I think that's a better spot. Matt Konechny, a guard, not really used to playing at that high post, so he's not really used to having to turn around and look at. Cy Becker, really the guy you want in at that high post, ideally, because he's going to turn around and look, and he's got an open jumper short on it. Krecklau with the rebound. Those are shots Cy Becker can hit. Charlie Moore off to the right on that three. Back the other way come the Warriors, down by 9. Kennedy at the top of the key. Right wing here, the three, no good. But an offensive rebound for Krecklau. Braylon Boyer missed on the three. Pass inside, deflected away, stolen by Krecklau. 10 turnovers for Neillsville. Moore the other way, skips it over to Jacoby. Right wing here to Konechny. He's got Becker in the short corner if he wants him, wide open. Back out to Konechny, open for three, it's short. Now that time, that's going to go out of bounds. Possession goes to the Dons. That time, if you're Becker there, you get inside, get a little bit closer to the basket, and he would have had probably an easy layup in there, but he came farther out to the perimeter. It was there. That's the spot to go against. If you're going against a 3-2 zone, the place to beat him is getting into the post. The high post, low post, that's going to be where you're going to find a lot of open space. Top of the key here, Neillsville working it around the perimeter. Becker pokes it away. And offensive foul call. Blake Jacoby draws the charge. Bryce Erickson just extended that arm a little bit. Called for the offensive foul. Blake Jacoby draws it. 55-46, Don's ball.
There's your Blake Jacoby charge. I was waiting for him to take a charge.
Yep.
He does that every single game.
He is another guy that draws charges. Again, this Don's team, they know they're not as big as other teams out there, so they try to do what they can defensively, and drawing charges is a way to do it, even if you don't have size. Krecklau really will do that as well. I think he's had a charge in every game this year. Yeah, Jacoby as well. Krecklau in the short corner, back outside to Moore. Neillsville doing a pretty nice job defensively. Jacoby, decent look for three. It's short, but falls in off front rim, backboard, and back off front rim again. Blake Jacoby from downtown. He has got 12 points tonight.
That one right over the outstretched arms of Hayes, too.
Yeah, that wasn't even bad defense from Neillsville. It was a good look for Jacoby, but it was that was because of some ball movement by the Dons. Pretty solid defense, but better offense as Jacoby just knocks it down. Hazer drive inside, little runner, too strong, and he takes a tumble to the floor as he just kind of accidentally kicked a Don in the face on the ground. It was accidental. I don't think he was purposefully doing that, but we got a Don on the floor, and I think that's Kreklau. And Kreklau, I think, really got trampled by Hazer that time. Kreklau, and that's the risk of drawing a charge, and he's holding his head there. We're going to have to get him out of the game, I think. Get him looked at there. Kreklau will be looked at. He's holding his head there, and that's why you have so much respect for a guy, as Kreklau's trying to stay in the game, and maybe he will, but you got to have so much respect for a guy who tries to draw charges that much, because that can happen where you get run over and you get your face stepped on. I mean, that's what happened there. Kreklau got his head stepped on, and he's going to check out. Nemitz will come in. Kreklau wants to stay in the game, but they're going to take him out for the moment.
Yep. And that was all accidental,
Yes,
and it was
absolutely.
Yep.
Because again,
nothing going crazy.
as an offensive player, you go up for a runner, and there's a player trying to draw a charge on you. Your legs are kind of getting taken out, and you're falling forward, and there's really nothing Hazer could do to get out of the way. No, definitely nothing intentional there. Just unfortunate as Kreklau just really got stepped on. He got stepped on right in his face. He's going to check out, but he seems to be okay. Not really getting any attention over there. Becker, top of the key. Into the corner for Jacoby. Hand off to Moore. Moore spins, lost the basketball, turned it over, stolen away by Kretlau. Actually, stolen away by Schultz. And now a battle for the ball and a jump ball call as two players battling to the floor, and it's going to be a jump as Ashton Schultz is not happy at all with that. I think he thought he was fouled.
Now it's getting a little chippy.
It is. Again, tempers flaring a bit here.
We got a semi-close game here. We got
yeah, and I think
Neillsville's hanging around.
I think it's a good call by the referees there, though. I think Nemitz just reached right in there, grabbed the basketball. That was the right call, but again, when you're battling for the ball there and it's somewhat close, yeah, you really start to battle and fight for it. I think that's all we had there. Nothing too crazy, but temper's getting high here. Intense basketball game. Charlie Moore with it in the corner, gets it to Jacoby right wing. Pass inside here to Nemitz, short corner, back outside to Moore. Top of the key, it's Konieczny. Matt Konieczny skips it out to Becker. He finds Moore. And if you're the Dons here, it looks like Neillsville perhaps back into a man-to-man.
Yep,
they are back in man-to-man. And if you're the Dons here, as that's going to be a turnover. Konieczny, kind of an ill-advised pass there, a little bit rushed. Kennedy with the steal, passes ahead, and is this going to be a charge or a block? A charge. Kennedy can't believe it. Blake Jacoby draws his second charge of the game. Third personal on Cameron Kennedy. And again, that can be so frustrating to go against. You're trying to drive in transition, trying to make a play, and the opposing player just stops his tracks, and you run him over. I mean, that's so tough to avoid when a team draws that many charges. Again, I think it was a good call. Nemitz, tough layup. He's fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. They'll get Max Kretlau with the foul.
Yeah, that was a little tough break there for Neillsville. They've been hanging around like this 6 to 12-point deficit the entire second half. At about right now at this 3-minute mark, you got to get something going if you want to come back in this one.
That absolutely, and Nemitz driving to the basket there. Good, strong drive, kind of forcing the foul there. He gets his first point of the game, misses the second. And it is Neillsville the other way. But absolutely, if you're the Warriors, you got to get something going now. You're only down by 13. It's going to be tough with 3 minutes left, especially with no shot clock, as high school sports does not have. But you're really going to need to put up points here. That's going to be stolen away by Matt Konechny, and the Dons are going to be in a spot where they can pretty much just pass the ball around and only take a wide open layup for a shot and force Neillsville to foul them.
Yeah, I think the last 3 or 4 possessions for Neillsville have ended in turnovers, and you can't have that coming down the stretch. You saw them right around that 3-minute mark there in the first half. That's where they put their big stretch run together, that 11-1 run. But, of course, that was not turning the ball over, and that was making your threes.
Yes.
And so a little different here towards the end of this game.
Yeah, and we talked about to start the half, right? I thought a key for Columbus in the second half, defending the corner 3. They have done that here in this second half. They've given up only 1 corner 3 in the second half. That was to Max Kretlau. But other than that, the Dons, I think, have done a much better job closing out at the 3-point line, because Neillsville, yes, they were hitting their threes to end that first half. Props to them for doing that. They hit a tough 1 or 2. But I also think the Dons got a little lackadaisical defensively with their closeouts as well. And in this second half, I think they've really cleaned that up. They've only given up, 30 points? 32 points Neillsville had in the first half, 14 in the second. 40-32 is your first half score, and just 14 second half points. Pretty good defensive performance here in the second half by the Dons.
To be fair, it's been largely a defensive half.
It has been.
Yeah.
I think pretty good defense from both sides. Yeah, it's a good point. Dons have just 19 points in the second half, and Coach Konechny wants a timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. Be back with the final minute 40 from Neillsville High School after this on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Welcome back, everybody. It is 59-46. Columbus leads Neillsville here in this Clover Belt East matchup, and it's been a great matchup tonight. The Dons are up by 13 points, but Neillsville has given them a good test tonight. And again, I think this Neillsville team likely going to lose this game, but they're gonna be 1-5 after this game. This is not a 1-5 basketball team. I think you'd agree.
No, definitely not.
This is a team that is their record just happens to be 1-5. They are better than a 1-5 record. They've played pretty well defensively in the second half tonight. Not so much in the first half, but second half pretty well defensively. But I think offensively, this team can go off for 80 on probably any team here this year. They've got that level of offensive skill. As Konechny was on the out-of-bounds line. Turnover Dons.
Yeah, and to that point, definitely once we get more into this conference schedule for Neillsville, start to see those wins start racking up, because this might be like a top 2 or 3 team in the conference in Neillsville.
I think without a doubt. I think so. I think you're right. You very well could look at the conference standings at the end of the year, and we expect Columbus to be at the top of it, as Andrew Hazer is going to go to the free throw line here. But we expect Columbus to be at the top of it, but I would not be surprised at all to see Neillsville right at number 2 when this year is over. I totally agree. As Andrew Hazer is going to go to the free throw line. He's got 11 points tonight. He's got 7 here in the second half, and in and out on that free throw. But again, the Dons are such a tough basketball team to beat. Because again, you mentioned it to start the game, they're so fundamentally sound. They're one of those well-coached teams they're not going to beat themselves ever. You are going to have to really play one of your best games of the entire season to beat them. And Neillsville, they had a great stretch of about 3 or 4 minutes, but the Dons really have clamped down since then. But a couple of quick points here. Bryce Erickson and Coach Geyer wants a timeout. We're going to take another quick break with 55 seconds on the clock. back after this from Neillsville High School on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Welcome back, everybody. The Dons lead this game by 10 points over the Neillsville Warriors here tonight. We take a second to look ahead for Columbus, their upcoming games. They're going to be at home against Owen Withee this Friday. We'll have that. Every game is going to be live on Zaleski Sports for the Dons this year, but of course have that live on Zaleski Sports. Will be Owen Withee at home. Then they're going to go on the road, a 3-hour drive to Prairie du Chien. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Duchesne.
Duchesne, thank you. You know how to pronounce it. I do not. Prairie du Chien. Myself and Trevor Zaleski will be there on Saturday with the Dons. That'll be an interesting ride there. Basically in Illinois, pretty close to it, the southwest part of the state. They're going to have it Loyal. They're going to have Brookfield Academy when they go to the WBY shootout. Here's going to be a foul and going to be more free throws here for the Dons. Foul on Hazer. Charlie Moore is going to go to the line trying to put up 20 points tonight. He's got 18 with 6 threes. And all of his points coming from beyond the arc tonight. No shock. That is Charlie Moore's specialty. That is his role on this team. Be lights out from 3. And, of course, does more than that, but that is the primary role of Charlie Moore. And he does it about as good as you can. Tonight, Charlie Moore is 6 for 12 from 3, 50%, 18 points. Now make it 19 points with that free throw.
Yeah, you mentioned Columbus's schedule there. You got some teams that I've never really heard of, and so that's very interesting. At least if you're a Columbus basketball fan, because you got some of these matchups. You're like, I don't know anything.
Well,
what's going on?
Brookfield Academy has got some pretty great history. That's a Division IV private school. They won the state tournament back in 2018. That's a few years ago now, but. And I haven't kept up with them since that much. I think that's a Milwaukee area team over there. That's a banked in 3. I think that was Hazer that banked in that 3. We'll keep it here as there's a full timeout on the floor. 37 seconds left in this game. A good time to remind you that coming up at the conclusion of this game will be your Neillsville Dairy post-game show. Neillsville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Neillsville Dairy in Marshfield Curtis or NeillsvilleDairy.com. And be sure to stay tuned for that post-game show because I will be down on the court live talking with Coach Konieczny if the Dons are able to close this out. Talking with Coach Konieczny as well as our highlight house player of the game. It's got to be Charlie Moore tonight with those 20 points. And I just haven't done these Dons games this year. It's got to feel good for Charlie Moore to come out tonight and hit 6 threes. He hasn't really had a game like that yet this year. He had a couple, I think it was their first game of the year against, not Assumption, Nakusa, their first game of the year. He hit a couple in that game, but he hasn't had a big Charlie Moore breakout from 3 yet this year, and he had that hand injury the last 2 games that I think hurt him. But got to feel good for Charlie Moore tonight. He'll be our highlight house player of the game. So I'll be down on the court talking with Coach Konieczny and Charlie Moore, so stay tuned for that Neillsville Dairy postgame show at the conclusion of this basketball game. It'll be Dons basketball. They lead it 61-57. And yeah, I'm very fascinated looking at the future of this Dons schedule coming up. I'm very fascinated for that WBY shootout. And we got kind of almost a trick play designed here, but for the Dons. Didn't work, but got the ball in nonetheless. Blake Jacoby's going to go to the line for bonus free throws, but yeah, the game I'm looking at on that schedule that is most interesting to me, and no such thing as guaranteed wins, but the game that's most interesting to me is that Brookfield Academy. That'll be played at Concordia University in the Majerus WBY shootout that the Dons play in. It'll be Brookfield Academy and then Winnebago Lutheran as well. So it's always some tough teams when they go play in that Concordia University WBY shootout every year. And Brookfield Academy, again, I'll have to do my research on them before that game, but right now I'm not very familiar with them. The one thing I do know about them is they won the state tournament in 2018. I remember that because I was there watching them in that year. And it might have been Division 5, or they might be a Division 3 team. Forget what division Brookfield Academy is a part of. It might be Division 3. So if they are, then you're playing up a division there as well. And they're not Division 4. That I was wrong about. They're not Division 4. I think they're Division 3. And Kennedy knocks down the 3 there. Neillsville hitting some shots here. It's just going to be a little bit too little too late with some of these shots as Jacoby nearly fouled. The Dons trying to play keep away. Will Neillsville foul? Yes. Hazer doesn't like the call, but yeah, at the end of the game here, that's going to be what the call is.
Yep. You got to give Neillsville some props tonight, though, as they came out. They were down by, I don't know, it was over 20 points at one point in that first half. But they fought their way back into it at the end of that first half, or the last 3 or 4 minutes. Got it all the way down to 6 points here in this second half. And they're just going to come out on the short end of the stick here tonight.
Yeah, I think Neillsville, along with Auburndale, those are the two teams that have played Columbus the toughest this year. 9-point win for Columbus against Neillsville. They beat Auburndale by 11, I think. So again, I think you're right. As the Columbus Dons are going to get this win, 63-54 over the Neillsville Warriors tonight. But you're right. I think this Neillsville team, they dropped to 1-5 overall and 1-1 in conference, but they're going to be a lot better win percentage-wise 3 weeks from now than they are right now at 1-5. The Dons improved to 5-0, 2-0 in conference play. Coming up next is your Neillsville Dairy postgame show. We're going to take a break, hear from the great folks over at Neillsville Dairy. We'll be back on the court with Coach Konieczny as well as our Highlight House player of the game, Charlie Moore, right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Neillsville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Neillsville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Hi, I'm Malachi from Northside Computers and Cellular. We are currently offering a great savings of 2 phone lines for $50, and it includes unlimited talk, text, and data. Stop down at Northside Computers and...
Need a new mattress? Mall Furniture in downtown Marshfield has mattresses, and you can save like never before. We have stacks of mattresses, save big on factory liquidations and closeouts, one-of-a-kind items, and mismatched fabrics. Save on special purchases and rollback pricing on two-sided flippable mattresses. Discounts on adjustable bases and even clearance pricing on floor models.
The furniture people for good home furnishings. Mall Furniture, where value is yours.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to your Neillsville Dairy postgame show. Neillsville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to neillsvilledairy.com. I'm joined now by Coach Konechny of the Columbus Dons. And, Coach, a 9-point win for you guys, but this was really a tough one tonight. This was you went up against a team that you guys were up by nearly 20 points there, and then Neillsville went on kind of that run there at the end of the first half. But to me, it seemed like in the second half you guys picked up defensively. To me, what are your thoughts there on how you guys were able to maintain that lead and extend it a little bit in the second half, how you guys were able to pull out the win tonight?
Well, I thought we were more patient in our press or in our defense. We didn't overextend and tried to get a hand on Creetlow. I think we had him like 1 for 11 coming in, and you tell the kids to make him knock one down. Well, to his credit, he knocked down like 4 or 5 of them. So I thought he shot it really well during that stretch where they made a comeback to cut it from like 19 to 8 at half. But really proud of our boys, the way they kind of kept their composure. Maintained a 10 to 15 point lead most of that second half, and it seemed anytime they cut it to 9 or 10, we were able to get a basket or get to the free throw line. I knocked down a couple big threes, and then obviously Charlie Moore in the first half was the reason we're up 20. He just got hot, and boy, it's fun to watch when he gets hot. And it's not rocket science, but we tell him to shoot whenever he's open. Sometimes he doesn't, which can frustrate me a little bit. But in the first half, I thought he looked to shoot it whenever he could, and you saw why. He's just a really, really gifted shooter and all-around basketball player.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit, because we'll talk to Charlie in a second. Let's talk a little bit more of that, because I talked to you before the game. He had a cut on his hand there the last couple of games that may have made it tough, but this was kind of the biggest night he had this year, shooting the ball from 3. I guess, talk a little bit about how, you already mentioned it a little bit, but if you could talk a little bit more about, his importance to this team and, has been kind of a 3-point shooter for you guys for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I think that's been like his MO or kind of his stereotype, but he's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And I think with Emmett out, we need him and Blake to create more than they would with Emmett out there. So it's not that they're not capable; it's that maybe now it's more urgent because one of the 3 is out. So, but he's more than capable of being much more than a shooter. I thought he's great defensively tonight. And then just from a leadership standpoint, he kind of keeps everybody loose, and he's a big picture mentality, which I really appreciate. So to see him get hot in that first half, really, really happy for him.
Yeah, and then obviously it was Charlie's night tonight, but we've talked to a lot of your players so far already this year. So many guys, it seems like, have had big nights here this year. I mean, we were talking on the broadcast. I think I made a comment. It feels like Cy Becker's having a quiet night tonight, and he had 8 or 10 first-half points. And it feels like you guys have got 5, 6 guys that can, if you need them to, put up 20 points on a given night if you need it. Obviously, with Emmett out right now, he's added to that mix. But just talk about the balance of this that you think this team has, or talk about your confidence as a coach in maybe the depth of this team. Because just from the outside coming in, it seems like you've got so many guys. I mean, we talked to Lucas last game who had almost 20 points. It seems like you got so many guys that, if needed, depending on the matchup, can score for you guys.
Yeah, I do. I think we're blessed with a lot of depth, and it's an unselfish depth. So tonight they're more than willing to get Charlie the ball and have him knock down shots. And now, if they try to take Charlie away next game, it'll be Blake or Lucas or Cy. And I think that they've been really unselfish and not really caring who scores, as long as collectively we get a good shot and rhythm. And if they keep that mentality, I think it could be obviously the sky's the limit for them. Those 9 seniors are very unselfish and very talented, and when they do that, it's tough to beat.
All right, thanks a lot for your time, Coach. We'll see you Friday.
Thank you for the coverage. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
And then we'll get our highlight house player of the game, Charlie Moore, coming in here, and I'll give Charlie that. Charlie, put on the headset. Charlie, what do you got? What kind of shirt you got on there? Is that Lucas on your shirt right there?
Oh, you betcha. You betcha.
Are those team shirts you guys got representing your big guy inside?
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, first question I'm going to ask you, I got to talk about your night tonight. Well, let's talk about the last couple of games, because Coach said, what did you get? You cut your hand in a shop class or something, Coach said?
I did, yeah, right on the knuckle. And
okay.
I mean, you could see like the tendon down there. I made a trip to the ER in the middle of the day. It was not fun, but
been a crazy start to the year for you guys.
For sure.
So, and speaking to that was that because that Auburndale, not the Auburndale game, but the Spencer game, you were missing some threes, and I looked at your hand. I'm like, man, he's got a wrap on his hand. That's got to be. Was that tough to shoot with that wrap on your hand for that game?
A little bit. It's harder to feel the ball for sure, and just not the same feel.
And then talk about tonight coming back, no wrap on your hand. You're free. Were you kind of expecting this from yourself, or wanting this from yourself to say, hey, I had that kind of hand thing. Let me get hot tonight a little bit?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've been shooting the ball well in practice, so it's about time it's kind of carried over, and.
Yeah, and then I'll ask you a similar question I asked Coach about the depth of your guys' team, because I think we've talked to all your guys' starters this year, except for Emmett. Wish him the best getting back into the lineup. But you guys have got, I just go down the list. You got Emmett, who can put up points for you guys when he's in the lineup. You got Lucas, who had 19 points for you guys last week. You caught fire from 3 tonight, had 20 points tonight for you guys. Blake has been your guys' leading scorer so far this year. And then Cy, a guy from last year, I think he averaged 6 points a game last year. He's averaging 13 this year, kind of that interior score for you guys. As a player, talk about your confidence level in this team overall, to where it just seems like any one of you guys can hit shots when you guys are open or if you're covered, frankly.
Yeah, it's a great feeling that we can all, kind of dash through the snow a bit and come out hot any given day, and a lot of confidence just being able to pass it and being able to trust them that they'll make the right play and go get a bucket if need be.
Yeah, and then talk about your guys' performance defensively tonight, because I think that can get lost in the weeds. You guys got shooting, you got scoring. Sometimes your defense can get, or like as a broadcaster, we can forget about your guys' defense a little bit. Towards the end of that first half, Neillsville really went on that run. Coach talked about Kretlau over there, 23. He hadn't hit a lot of threes this year, but then he got caught fire on you guys in the corner. How did you guys kind of adjust coming into that second half, and talk a little bit more about the way you guys have been playing defense this year and what you think you guys are doing defensively this year?
I think at the end of the first half, at least today, we got a little complacent. So just coming out hard and communicating with each other and just playing hard defense. Just being passionate about it and not letting them score, I guess.
All right, so the last thing we're going to do is put you in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. I know you know how this works. So you'll keep the headset on. I'm going to turn my mic off and get out of the way. But then we'll count you down from 3, 2, 1 and have you get in the house, all right? Take that off. It's going to be an awkward little step through here. All right. You want to count them down, Ben? 3, 2, 1.
I'm Charlie Moore, and I'm in the house.
Great job, man. I'll take that. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. I was going to put on Charlie Moore's headset there, but it was a little sweaty. The player's a little sweaty tonight, so I'm going to throw mine on instead. But the Columbus Dons come out here tonight over the Neillsville Warriors, and they get a 9-point victory here. They improved to 2-0 now on the season in conference play, 5-0 overall. Again, they're going to be at home against Owen Withee on Friday, and then we're going to be at Prairie Duchesne, a long 3-hour drive from Marshfield, to see the Don, or to broadcast that Dons game. So we're going to have Dons live for you all year. But for Columbus here this year, again, it's kind of the story of the season so far. This was probably, looking back, the toughest team they've played with Auburndale. Those are probably the 2 toughest games. Auburndale, they beat by 11. That game might have been a little closer overall than this one. But Neillsville played this team tough, and I think it's going to be fun to see these 2 teams match up again later in the season when they match up at Columbus, just because clearly Neillsville's got some offensive firepower where they're going to be able to stick with you if you give them some open looks there. So it was a really a good game tonight. But for Columbus, I think it's a takeaway we're going to have for most of the year. This is a team that, Coach talked about it. I think he used the word sky is the limit, something like that. He said about, the 9 seniors this team has this year, and it's an excellent group they have this year. I think they know what they have this year, and we've talked about the expectations a lot with this team. And so far to start this season, they have been as advertised here this year. They're 5-0. And they're playing pretty great basketball here to start this season. So the Columbus Dons get the 9-point win. That's going to bring us to the end of our Neillsville Dairy postgame show. Neillsville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to neillsvilledairy.com. That's going to bring us to the end of our broadcast here tonight, as we are going to say goodnight here from Neillsville High School. From myself, Cale Jacoby, alongside Ben Brecht, doing the production here tonight. We want to thank everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on Zaleski Sports.